Good morning, students. Welcome to e-learning program. Myself, Sunil Ekar from HAL English Medium School, Ozar Township, Ozar. Students, now in this video, we are going to learn 11th lesson, that is struggle for equality. In the progress of modern India, struggle for political freedom was important. This struggle was based on broad philosophy of man's emancipation. Therefore, in the course of this struggle, along with political dependence, there was opposition to things like feudalism, social inequality, economic exploitation. Like freedom, the principle of equality is very important. From that point of view, the contribution of movements built up by various social groups such as farmers, workers, women, Dalits, etc., as well as the stream of socialism giving importance to equality proves to be significant. Without realizing its contribution, we will not be able to understand the developmental process of modern India. Therefore, let us study some of these moments. Okay, now in this lesson, struggle for equality is there. First of all, the struggle for freedom was based on the philosophy of emancipation of man, very important thing. Then opposition to feudalism, social inequality, economic exploitation, along with opposition to political dependence. Social equality is as important as freedom, especially. Social equality is very important as well as the freedom is there. The struggle of the farmers, workers, women, and Dalits as well as socialism gave emphasis of on equality. First of all, we will see the first movement, that is the peasant movement is there. Okay, the Indian farmers had to suffer due to the ill effects of British economy policy. The British government used to protect the landlords and moneylenders especially. They gave unjust treatment to the farmers. On many occasions, the farmers rose against this injustice. The peasant in Bengal from their union and revolted against the compulsion of cultivating indigo. The play Nil Darpan, written by Dinbandhu Mitra, brought to the notice of the society the wretched conditions of the peasant producing indigo. In 1875, farmers from Maharashtra rose in revolt against the atrocities of the landlord and moneylenders. The farmers in Uttar Pradesh formed Kisan Sabha in 1918 under the leadership of Baba Ramchandra. The Mopla peasants rose in great revolt in Kerala, but the British government crushed it down in 1936. With the initiative of Professor N.G. Ranga, the Akhil Bharatiya Kisan Sabha was established. Swami Sahajananda Saraswati was the president of this organization. This Sabha presented a declaration of peasants' rights to the Indian National Congress. The session of the Congress was held in the rural part of Faizpur in Maharashtra. Thousands of peasants attended this session. In 1938, the crops in eastern Khandesh were destroyed due to heavy rains. The condition of the farmers was miserable. In order to get land revenue waived, Sane Gurji organized meeting and processions at many places. He took out march He took out marches on the collector office. The peasant participated in large numbers in the revolutionary period of 1942. Okay, now first we will see the peasant movement is there. The Union of Farmers in Bengal, they revolted against the compulsion of cultivating indigo, first of all. Then Dinbandhu Mitra, we see the social reformer is there. The play of Nil Darpan brought to the notice of the society the miserable condition of the peasant producing indigo. Then the farmers' revolt in Maharashtra. They revolted in 1875 against the tyranny and exploitation by the landlords and moneylenders. Then in Uttar Pradesh, Baba Ramchandra organized the Kisan Sabha farmers in Uttar Pradesh in 1918. Then Mopla Revolution in Kerala. The peasants rose in a great revolt was crushed by the British government. Then Akhil Bharatiya Kisan Sabha we have seen. The initiative of Professor N.G. Ranga led to its establishment with Swami Sahajananda Saraswati as its president. The Sabha presented the Declaration of Peasants' Rights to the Indian National Congress. And the Faizpur session of the Congress was attended by thousands of peasants. Then the great social reformer, the Sane Gurji from Eastern Khandesh. He organized meetings and processions in 1930 to have land revenue waived for the farmers affected by the heavy rains. Took out marches to the collector offices. Okay, now we have seen here the blog is there. Sane Gurji built up the unity of the workers. He tried to create strong center of workers union at Dhule, Amalner. He was the president of Mill Workers Union of Amalner. He went on fast unto death to open the doors of Vitthal temple at Pandharpur for Dalit. Very great moment was there. Okay. Now, the next we will see the workers union is there. Okay. In the latter half of 19th century, textile mills, railway companies and such industries were started in India. The workers group had not aroused on large scale, but in this period, efforts were made to solve the problems of the workers. Shashipad Banerjee and Narayan Meghaji Lokhande organized the workers at the local level. Lokhande's contribution to the working class movement was so valuable that he is described as the father of Indian workers' movement. And at the same time, an agitation was launched against the wretched condition of the tea plantation workers in Assam. In 1899, the Great Indian Peninsula, that is GIP, railway workers called for a strike for their demands. During the anti-partition movement, workers carried out strikes from time to time in support of Swadeshi. After the First World War, due to industrialization, there was rise of workers class in India, and then a necessity for nationwide workers union was felt. With this necessity, in 1920, All India Trade Union Congress, that is AITUC, was established. N.M. Joshi had a major role in the working of AITUC. Lala Lajpat Rai was the president of the first session of AITUC. He told the workers to actively participate in the national movement. Shripat Amrut Dange, Muzaffar Ahmad, such socialist leaders, by spreading the socialist ideology, among the workers worked to form militant organizations. In 1928, the Mumbai Mill Workers Union went on strike for 6 months. Many such strikes were made by railway workers, jute mill workers, etc. The government was disturbed to see the growing strength of the workers' movement. To suppress this movement, legislation were made. The workers' struggle proved to be supportive to the national movement. Okay, now the workers' union we have seen here just now, especially in this paragraph, the social reformer Shashipad Banerjee, from Bengal, he organized workers at local level. Then Narayan Meghaji Lokande from Maharashtra, his contribution was very valuable. He is known as the father of the Indian workers' movement, to whom Narayan Meghaji Lokande from Maharashtra. Then tea plantation workers from Assam, the agitation launched against their wretched conditions. Then strike of workers, the workers of the Great Indian Peninsula Railway called strike for their demands. Then established the All Indian Trade Union Congress, that is AITUC, was established in 1920. The N.M. Joshi had a great role in its working. Then the greatest social reformer, that is Lala Lajpat Rai. He was the president of the first session of AITUC. He told the workers to participate actively in the national movement. Then in Mumbai, Mill Workers Union was established. They went on strike for 6 months in 1928. Shripat Amrut Dange, Muzaffar Ahmad, they spread among workers' ideology at socialism, worked to form militant organization. Okay, now we have seen and we discussed these worker unions. Okay, now the next point is the social movement is there. Many of young activists in the Indian National Congress felt that for protecting the interest of the people, it is necessary to overthrow the British government. Similarly, they started realizing that the socialist society should be restructured on the principle of economic and social equality. Through this realization, there was rise and growth of socialist ideology. The socialist youths, while they were in prison at Nasik, decided to form the Socialist Party within Indian National Congress. According to this decision, in 1934, the Congress Socialist Party was formed, which included leaders like Acharya Narendra Dev, Jayaprakash Narayan, Minu Masani, Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, etc., etc. In Quit India movement of 1942, these young socialists were in the forefront. Indians got introduced to Karl Marx. Indians got introduced to Karl Marx and his communism. Lokmanya Tilak already had written the article on Marx in 1881. After the First World War, the influence of communism was felt in India. Manvendranath Roy played active role in the international communist movement. In 1925, the Communist Party was formed in India. The work of building militant organizations of workers and peasants was done by the young communists. The British government started feeling the danger of communist movement. Shripad Amrut Dange, Muzaffar Ahmad, Keshav Nilkant Joglekar, etc. were arrested. They were charged with planning of the conspiracy to overthrow the British rule. They were given different punishment. The trial took place at Meerut and is therefore known as the Meerut conspiracy case. Even after the Meerut trial, the influence of communist workers movement remained constant. Now, just we have seen this, the socialist movement was there. Okay, what is socialist movement? Many young leaders of the Congress believed that to protect the interest of people in necessary, if it is necessary, to overthrow the British government. So, sorry, society should be restructured on the basis of economic and social equality. This led to rise and growth socialist ideology. Then formation of Congress Socialist Party. It was decided by the socialist youth to the form Socialist Party within the Indian National Congress while they were in Nasik jail. So the Congress Socialist Party was formed in 1934 by leaders like Jayaprakash Narayan, Acharya Narendra Dev, Minu Masani and Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia. These leaders guided the Quit India movement in 1942. Then Communist Party of India is there. Okay, India got introduced to Karl Marx, very important thing, and his communism. But in 1881, an article was written on Karl Marx by Lokmanya Tilak. Manevendranath Roy played an active role in the international communist movement. After First World War, the influence of communism was felt in India. The Communist Party of India was formed in 1925. Then Meerut Conference case was there. The young communist leaders built militant organizations of workers and peasants. The growing influence of communism on Indian youth became matter of concern of British. Then the communist leaders like Sri Padamru Dange, Muzaffar Ahmad, Keshav Nilkant Joglekar, etc. were arrested and charged with planning to overthrow the British rule. As a trial was conducted by at Meerut, it is known as Meerut conspiracy case. They were given different punishment. Okay, now we will see the next point is that is the feminist movement is there. Okay, we will see in the next video. Got it? Thank you very much.